PGATour.com presents the Top 10 Essential Byron Nelson. After his remarkable career inside the ropes drew to a close at the age of 34, Nelson made a seamless and successful transition into the broadcast booth.
He's swinging much faster and not completing his backswing as he was earlier in this tournament, and is causing some difficulty. He's hitting the ball.
As the first ex-player to become a golf analyst, the well-respected Texan lent his considerable expertise and homespun style to ABC Sports during the 1960s, 80s, and 90s.
Number one.
On October 16, 2006, President George W. Bush awarded Byron Nelson the Congressional Gold Medal, the highest civilian award in the United States, citing Mr. Nelson's significant contributions to the game of golf as a player, a teacher, and a commentator.
I'm just overwhelmed about it, and I'm so completely, thoroughly honored.
As one of the lasting tributes to Nelson's legacy, the award that bears his name is given annually to the PGA Tour player with the lowest adjusted scoring average for that season. Presented since 1980, the Byron Nelson Award is symbolic of the excellence that consistently marked the performance of the man whose bronze likeness adorns the prized trophy. While Tiger Woods owns the PGA Tour record for consecutive cuts made with 142, Byron Nelson's mark of 113, which stood until 2003, may be even more impressive. These days, the PGA Tour defines making a cut as receiving a paycheck, even in an event with no cut. But in Nelson's era, only the top 20 finishers in an event received a paycheck. So in reality, Nelson's 113 consecutive cuts made represent an astounding and unequaled 113 straight top 20 finishes. Far beyond his playing days, Byron Nelson's legacy flowed through future generations, extending his impact on the game. In his typical gentlemanly manner, Nelson nurtured and mentored some of the game's most respected and celebrated champions.
He said, you played well today, Ken. I said, yeah, Mr. Nelson, but I lost. And he said, how would you like to work with me? And I thought, oh, this is a dream. I couldn't believe it.
Byron helped me with my my attitude and my. He always was very positive. The glass is always half full with Byron. He would lift my spirits, and I think that was the most important thing.
Often credited with being the father of the modern-day golf swing, Nelson had the vision to see that a technological change from hickory to steel shafts was gathering momentum in the 1930s, and that the golf swing would have to adapt as well. So at that time, he led a new generation of players whose increased leg drive leading the downswing was the forerunner of modern golf technique, still employed by many top players today. As a testament to Nelson's sought-after technique and to honor the robotic consistency of his swing, the Iron Byron machine was developed. It was used effectively by the United States Golf Association and golf manufacturers to test clubs and balls for conformity to standards. After turning professional in 1932, Nelson served as a club professional in Texas, refining his swing before embarking on his PGA Tour career. His first official victory came at the 1935 New Jersey State Open, and a legendary career would unfold. 51 more titles would follow, including 5 major championships, the first of which was the 1937 Masters. Nelson's 52 career tour wins ranks 6th on the all-time list, a remarkable achievement considering those victories came in a mere 16-year span before retiring at the young age of 34. In Waxahachie, Texas in 1912, John Byron Nelson Jr. was born. Within 7 months of Ben Hogan and Stan Snead, the three would later form professional golf's great American triumvirate. Hogan and Nelson in particular were longtime rivals, but friends who worked out of the same caddy yard as young men in Fort Worth and competed against each other in local tournaments as teens. Together, Nelson, Hogan, and Snead combined for an amazing 198 PGA Tour titles and 21 major championships. Individually, they possessed distinctively different personalities and golf swings, but collectively, they defined the professional golfing landscape for more than 3 decades. In an ode to his reputation for gentlemanly conduct, Nelson was often referred to as Lord Byron, after the distinguished English poet. The nickname scarcely began to describe the generosity and compassion of Nelson. In 1968, he was the first player to lend his name to a PGA Tour tournament, and the Byron Nelson Championship still endures today after Nelson's passing in 2006 at the age of 94. The tournament's most lasting achievement is the one Nelson was most proud of: charitable donations of more than $120 million, the highest total ever generated by any PGA Tour event. As a formal recognition of his selfless life, Lord Byron was awarded the Bob Jones Award in 1974, the highest honor given by the United States Golf Association for his distinguished sportsmanship in golf. 1945. To golf fans and historians, the year will always resonate with a tone of unsurpassed greatness. During that epic season, Byron Nelson collected an extraordinary 18 PGA Tour titles, including an astonishing 11 straight, records that still stand today and likely will never be approached. His scoring average that season of 68.3 also set a mark that stood for more than half a century. Because of World War II, the PGA Championship was the only major contested that year. Naturally, Nelson won it. His incredible achievements in 1945 set the bar at a height that may never be reached, establishing Byron Nelson as a towering figure in the game.